The Tale of the Three Smashers. There were once three smashers who were traveling along a lonely, winding road at twilight. In time, the three smashers would come across a magical river, capable of pulling anyone who dare try to cross it down to its depths, never to return. Using the star rods they were ordered to deliver, the three smashers were able to construct a path to safely cross the river. It was Death, and he felt cheated. Cheated because smashers who would normally cross the river were meant to drown in said river, not survive. He was furious, but he was also cunning. So he pretended to congratulate the three smashers upon their magic, and said that each of them had earned a prize for having been clever enough to evade him. So the oldest smasher, having grown fond of the star rod, wished for one more powerful than any other in existence. So Death, using the bark of an elder tree nearby, forged one and gave it to the oldest smasher. The second oldest smasher, a rather cocky individual, wanted to humiliate Death even further and asked for the power to recall others from the dead. And so Death manifested a specialized heart container and gave it to the second oldest smasher, telling him that it has the ability to bring back loved ones from the dead. Death drew his gaze onto the youngest smasher, a very humble one. He merely asked for something that will allow him to continue on his journey without being followed by Death. And so Death very reluctantly gave him an old invisibility cloak. With all three smashers having earned a prize from Death, Death stood aside and allowed the trio to continue on their journey. In due time, the three smashers separated, each for his own destination. The oldest smasher had decided to return to a village in order to seek revenge on a smasher he once quarreled with long ago. Having bested his opponent in a duel, the oldest smasher proclaimed his invincibility, boasting about his power, about how he took the Elder Rod from Death himself. Later that night, in a local inn, a smasher intruded upon his room while he was asleep, took the Elder Rod, and slit the smasher's throat for good measure. And so Death took the first smasher for his own. The second oldest smasher decided to return home with the heart container at hand, turning it 3 times To his amazement, he saw the love of his life return to him. They were to be married as one before her untimely death. She was happy to have returned, but she was also sad and cold, knowing that she didn't really belong in the land of the living anymore. Wrought with grief, sadness, and anger, the second eldest smasher decided to take his own life to rejoin his lost love. And with that, Death took the second oldest Smasher for his own. As for the youngest Smasher, Death searched for many years high and low, but could not find him. Only when he attained a great age did he pass the invisibility cloak to his descendant. He then willingly greeted Death as an old friend, and went with him gladly, and, as equals, departing his life. The end. Now, if you'll excuse me, Star and I have got a Halloween costume competition to win.
Who wants to hear me read Chugga Chugga Choo Choo?